Okay, so let's get started. My name is Juliana Mesa, and I am the Study Abroad Advisor at the Center for Global Intercultural Study, which we abbreviate to CGIS. Today, we're going to be talking about international internships with CEA CAPA. These are spring-summer internships that are specifically going to be offered in 2025. And yeah, today we have two special guests joining us from CEA CAPA. Ashley and John, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is John Jorgensen. As Juliana said, I work with CEA CAPA. I have the pleasure of working with Juliana and many of our colleagues at UMich, and look forward to talking with you today about international internships with us.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley, and I serve as one of our career development and internship specialists at CEA CAPA, and I'm super excited to be here.
Excellent. Thank you both for being here today, and to all the students that join us on this presentation. So to get started, just to give students a general idea, this is the agenda for today. We're going to be talking about the CEA CAPA Global Internships. Ashley and John will be covering this part. They will talk about the program offerings, general internship information, some placement examples, a day in the life of a student doing an internship abroad, which offerings would be a better option for you. And then I'll talk about the CGIS International Internships info, the CGIS location offerings, the CGIS application process, financial considerations, next steps, and then we'll end with a Q&A session. So to get started, I'm going to let you share your presentation.
Yeah. Everybody can see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Again, we're John and Ashley from CEA CAPA, and we have a few slides here just to give you an overview on our internship programs in partnership with University of Michigan. Just as emphasize the agenda that Juliana showed you just a few seconds ago. We'll just go over the program offerings, internship information about our structure of internship program with CEA CAPA, and then talk about what typical day in the life of a international intern with us, and then kind of talk about what areas of fields or industries you could be in, and then we'll switch it over to Juliana for her presentation. And then at the end, we'll talk about open it up for questions and answers. So with CGIS, you have the opportunity to do two different types of programs models with CEA CAPA, where you can earn 3 or 6 credits on a summer internship program with us. Nice thing about programs is that not only with the internship placement, you'll be doing how do I explain it? A global internship course along with it, where you get detailed understanding of what your experience, and you also get some professional development skills included. But we'll go over that in a little bit further down on the slides here. CGIS has approved our locations in Aix-en-Provence, France, Barcelona, Spain, Dublin, Ireland, Grenoble, France, Madrid, Spain, Paris, France, Prague, Czech Republic, Rome, Italy, and Sevilla, Spain. So you have lots of options to choose from. All are 8 weeks long, and you'll have a choice between 3 and 6 credit options with these internship locations. Here's a quote from an intern that alum that went on a program. I love it because as you read it, you'll see that the internship that she went through with CEA CAPA impacted her after she had graduated and got her first job outside of after her studies, university studies. The things that you'll be learning and doing on your internship placement, yes, they will impact you positively for the rest of your life. You're going to be learning skills that you'll be able to utilize in your future employee job opportunities that you'll be having for the rest of your life. There's data about interning abroad, and you're making a good choice by doing so. Doing interning abroad is that 90% of the students that interned or studied abroad found employment within 6 months after graduating. Students that studied and interned abroad, typically their starting salary is 20% higher than students who did not intern or study abroad. Also, 75% employers who are looking for first-time or new entry-level applicants find that studying or interning abroad is highly valuable. They look for students that are outgoing, curious, adventuresome students, and you are making a good choice by looking to intern abroad. I can guarantee that. Ashley, you'd like to talk about this?
Yes, so interning at CEA CAPA is a commitment that will definitely set you apart from other students as you look towards your future career. So for that reason, we do have some expectations that will ensure your success within the program. So first, interns are expected to intern for at least 20 hours per week at their internship location. And this minimum just allows for meaningful involvement in projects, team collaboration, and immersion into the workplace culture. Additionally, all interns are required to enroll in the corresponding global internship course, which is sometimes abbreviated as GIC. This course allows you to engage in lectures, workshops, discussions, research to develop essential skills that are vital towards your career readiness. We'll discuss that a little bit further in later slides. Also, keep in mind that within our process, it does not involve presenting you with multiple internship opportunities to select between. Our team here at CEA CAPA carefully reviews each student's profile, and through reviewing your answers to the internship application, your statement of interest, and resume, we identify a placement that matches your professional aspirations, your prior experience, and your skill set. So with all that being said, the first opportunity that we send you is the one we feel you would be best suited for. Additionally, open-mindedness is key throughout the course of this internship placement process. So oftentimes there are several factors that contribute to our ability to secure a particular placement. And so for that reason, we do ask all students to provide us with 3 distinct industry preferences that you would be excited about interning in, while ranking them based on your first, second, and third preferences. And finally, as you all may know, we are in post-pandemic times, and the work model has changed to largely incorporate a mix of in-person and remote work, so you can expect some in-person and remote work days. All right, so now let's talk about what the schedule and time commitment looks like. So interns are expected to work during the work week. Depending on the schedule that you coordinate between yourself and your internship supervisor, this could be a variation of any of the work week days. For those who are interested in personal travel, we highly recommend waiting until your arrival on site to plan that travel. That way you can first establish a schedule with your supervisor and then work your plans around that. And then once again, you will be working 20 hours per week for a total of 160 hours over the course of the summer. Now, in terms of the commute, you can expect between a 30 to 60-minute daily commute from your CEA CAPA housing to your internship placement. This is pretty standard for all interns and gets you acclimated to what the standard commute looks like in a global setting. And it also immerses you even further into your program location and the practices of a local. Now, as mentioned earlier, the Global Internship course is a mandatory complementary course that aligns with your internship experience. The course can be taken for either 3 or 6 credits, with the key difference between the 2 options being the addition of a research project for the 6-credit option. Both course options involve reading and writing assignments, mock interview exercises, LinkedIn profile development, presentations, and a final presentation that allows you to articulate the value of your internship experience. And students typically really enjoy that course. Now, also keep in mind that students who attend this institution who are on financial aid during the summer, you will be able to receive that financial aid as long as the program you're attending is 6 credits or more. So that's just another one of the benefits of taking the 6-credit program.
Right. And to add about this course is that this is where 75% of your learning is going to be taking place. For many of you, this would probably be the first time working in the field, an industry that you've been studying for at UMich, and you're going to be doing it on an international level. So you're going to have probably a lot of questions that will be going through your head. And with the help of the professor and through this class, you'll be able to get context for what you're experiencing and have some answers to your questions provided, and also you'll be able to share and reflect with the other students about what they're experiencing through their internship placement. Again, this is a course that you will be finding highly valuable for you as a component to your experience, and this is where like 75% of your learning is going to be taking place.
Definitely, great call out. All right, so this is an example of what a sample schedule for a student participating in the 6-credit internship may look like. So keep in mind that your work schedule will be coordinated around your assigned global internship course. And again, you'll be working with your supervisor to coordinate that schedule. Now, for this student, they were able to establish a working schedule from Monday through Thursday, and just so happened that they were able to leave their Fridays open. So remember, this is something that has to be arranged between you and your supervisor so you all can coordinate that together. All right, we want to move to the next slide.
Yeah, this is the 3-credit model.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So yes, this is another sample schedule. This intern is participating in the 3-credit program. Now, as you can see, their working hours are differentiated by their global internship course hours. The working hours are in blue, and the global internship course hours are in the orange color. So once again, these schedules should give you a bit of an idea about what free time may look like during the day, and what your working/course time will look like during the day. So that way you can prioritize your studies and your homework around your other commitments. Okay, so now I know you may be wondering what career fields you may be able to intern in. So we do offer a variety of career fields for a number of different interests and career goals. Keep in mind, some locations do hold higher feasibility for particular industries than others. And so again, your institution, that is, has approved internship programs in Aix-en-Provence, Barcelona, Dublin, Grenoble, Madrid, Paris, Prague, Rome, and Seville. So JJ just dropped a link in the chat on the career pathways page on our website. If you click into the particular industry that you are interested in and scroll to the bottom, you can review the location feasibilities of that particular industry. And you can also find information regarding sample tasks and duties on that web page as well.
Very good. So now we'll go to Juliana. We'll talk about the CGIS side of things relative to the internship program.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So I'll go back to sharing my screen. Give me 1 second to do all that. Sorry, I lost the Zoom stuff. There it is. Excellent. So yes, I'm going to talk now about the CG's part of things and clarifying some things, some differences that may be specific to applying through a CEA program through CGs. So first, just to get general information, as Ashley and John mentioned, these are 8+ week internships, and it is 4-credit internship. It is not paid, so it's important to make that distinction. You will be going in the spring, summer half terms that could span from May through August for the duration of 8 weeks or so. The different locations have different start dates, so it's important for you to check that information, and I can show you in a moment how. They also mentioned the internships are 20 to 30-hour work per week placements, so you'll be working this amount of time. They were showing the general schedule that you'll have during the week, and again, it's important to clarify that you shouldn't have the expectation that Fridays will be off for every type of internship. Sometimes you'll have to work on a Friday, or the Friday will be the day set for the internship seminar. Placements will be in English. That being said, if you're in a location that has a language different than English, you have proficiency in that language, you may be doing some work in that local language. Then we have a little bit about the internship seminar. So you have the 3 or 6 credit option. This is required for everyone to enroll in this seminar. The seminar is taught in English, so that's important to make that distinction. And as John and Ashley mentioned, it is a good way for you to understand the local culture better, and also to start thinking about the skill set that you're gaining from your internship and how to transfer over to your resume, to future career opportunities, and so on. When you're going on this program, you're paying a CEA CAPA program fee. That includes the CEA CAPA tuition, housing, and on-site support. One thing that you need to know is that you do not have to pay tuition on top of that. So the tuition will be waived because you're paying for the program fee that again includes the CEA CAPA tuition. The application deadline for the CEA CAPA, for the CGIS application, I should say, is February 1st, 2025. And I'll be talking about the application process in a moment. But just so you get started, remember to look at the resources provided to you. I'm going to go to the CEA CAPA website. So there, well, actually, I have the one that is specific to UMich CGIS, and you'll find this on the mCampus brochure. So you'll see it as UMich-CGIS. And there you'll see the different fields that they were mentioning. And with that, you'll get to see different locations. So that will help you with your selection. You'll also get information about the application process, as well as the locations that are approved by the University of Michigan. You'll also see that some locations may only have the 3-credit option, while others only have the 6-credit option. For example, Rome only has a 3-credit option, while Aix-en-Provence only has 6 credit. When you're starting an mCampus application, you'll also have to indicate which specific location and seminar you're applying for, either the 3 or 6 credit. So it's important for you to look at all of this information carefully before you make a decision. When you go to one of this, for example, the Barcelona one, you'll get to see different information. So information about the requirements, the different fields that are offered in that location, also information about housing, for example. Please note that housing is directly coordinated by CEA CAPA. Independent housing is not an option for CG students, and other relevant information about the program. Read these brochures carefully and understand what you're signing up for or that you will be applying for. And then you can start your mCampus application. When you go to this link, that will bring you to the mCampus website, specifically the International Internships with CEA CAPA brochure. I recommend that, similar to looking at the brochure with CEA CAPA, look at all these different tabs and details. so you can familiarize yourself with the program and learn more about it. And I'll cover this also in a moment, but look at each of them. Sometimes students only go to the overview page and start the application immediately without looking at the other information that is very relevant. Then you'll start your application, and I'll cover how to apply in a moment. So we were mentioning earlier about the locations. There's 9 locations approved by CGIS for the CEA CAPA internships, and this is the internship only option. So we have Prague in the Czech Republic, Aix-en-Provence, Grenoble and Paris in France, Dublin in Ireland, Rome in Italy, Barcelona, Madrid, and Seville in Spain. Please note that these are the only locations that you can apply through with CGIS. The CEA CAPA internships in Florence and Sydney are not an option for CGIS students. As John and Ashley mentioned, there's multidisciplinary options, different fields, and you can find all that information on the CEA CAPA website. So look at that carefully. Just to give you a few examples of placements, there have been students doing research internship in Barcelona, a student doing journalism internship in Dublin, and a student doing data analysis on health issues in Paris. I already reiterated and mentioned this several times, same as John and Ashley, but just to be clear, you do have to do an internship seminar, 3 or 6 credits. During this internship seminar, you will be working on journal entries, reflection topics, self-evaluation, supervising, doing an evaluation with your supervisor, and so on. This internship seminar will come back in your transcript with the code INTABRD, which is internship abroad, and 300 number. That 300 number does not refer to the equivalency of the course. That is something you need to discuss with your academic or department advisor. LSA students going on a CGIS program get in-residence credit for their study abroad experience. That is for in this case, the internship seminar. That means you'll get a letter grade and it will count towards your GPA. Students that are in other schools that are not LSA, so College of Engineering, STAMPs, and so on, you need to talk to your school advisor about how the credits will transfer over, because they're not always transferring over the same way that it is for LSA students. So please do your due diligence and talk to them. In addition, both LSA and other school students have to talk to your academic or major minor advisor about how the course will be incorporated into your course progression. So are you able to fulfill a major, minor, or distribution requirement by doing the internship seminar, or is it just going to count towards your general 120 credits for graduation? Some important things to know. Due to requirements, the following programs are not eligible. So the intern plus study option that is offered by CEA CAPA does not fall under this international internships with CEA CAPA umbrella. Locations that are not explicitly added to our brochure, so that in this case, Florence and Sydney internships through CEA CAPA are not an option. And fully virtual or online internships are not an option either. You may be able, as Ashley showed in one of the calendars from one of the students that did their internship abroad, you may be able to do maybe 1 day or half a day remotely, but that's not how it's going to be all the week. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the application process. And I see that there have been some questions. Oh, and John has been answering. Thank you so much. So how to apply for, as I mentioned, you need to work on your mCompass application. You can go to the CGIS website directly and find the link there directly, or you can go to mCompass, search for programs. You'll type CGIS programs and then specifically internships. And that's a good way for you to get to the CGIS International Internships with CEA CAPA, the brochure that I've been mentioning before. When you go to the brochure, you'll review the tabs that I mentioned earlier, and then you'll click the Apply Now button. When you start your application, you'll be asked to complete a few requirements. I'll talk about those in a moment. Please do not open at this stage or before February 1st a CEA CAPA application. The CEA CAPA application will be created after February 1st. This way you will get a waiver for the $95 application fee that is charged by CEA CAPA. If you start an application before February 1st, you will be charged that $95 application fee, so you want to avoid doing that. We do, however, encourage you to work on the CEA CAPA application materials before February 1st. You'll see all the instructions on how to do this within the mCampus application, and I can show you that in a moment. And as a reminder, the mCampus application will be due on February 1st. Okay, so the application requirements. We have two parts. There's the mCampus application. This is the one that is due on February 1st. So by February 1st, all of these materials need to be submitted. You'll be submitting a passport photocopy. If you do not have a passport or need to renew your passport, our recommendation is to start the application right away. If your passport does not arrive by February 1st, but you've already applied, you can always select the pending option and upload the receipt of your passport application. There's going to be a questionnaire where you will need to indicate which is the internship location and the number of credit internship seminar you're applying for. So for example, Barcelona, 3 credits. So you'll be showing that in that section, or typing that in that section. There is the CEA CAPA application instructions. Within those instructions, there's going to be a link, and in the link, there's going to be several resources for you to start preparing your CEA CAPA application materials. Please work on the CEA CAPA application materials before February 1st. I cannot emphasize this enough. There's also the CGIS Education Abroad nomination form. This is mainly for us to understand why you're interested in the program. So it's not a long essay questionnaire or anything of the sort. All the other materials are for you to read, understand, and sign. Please read them carefully before signing so that you have a clear understanding that what you're signing up for. After February 1st, you'll be required to complete the CEA CAPA application. If you meet the eligibility criteria and have completed the mCampus application, CGIS will nominate you on the CEA CAPA portal. So we'll send a roster to CEA CAPA. That's when your CEA CAPA application will be created and instructions will be provided on how to do that. As soon as you have that CEA CAPA application, you will have to submit some materials like your application form, the unofficial transcript. You'll have to upload a resume and CV, the statement of interest, and the statement of interest. Those will be the main materials you'll have to submit. Because those CEA CAPA materials are due right after you get access to the CEA CAPA application, our recommendation again is to start working on them before the February 1st deadline, and all the information on how to do that is available on one of the CGIS mCampus requirement materials. And then after you've submitted all this, CEA CAPA will review your application, do a final review of your application and of your materials. They'll make a decision. If you're admitted to the program, you'll start working on your getting your placement. So again, this is a timeline for you to of what I was just saying on how the process works. The first step, of course, is to research and choose your program prior to February 1st. Think about what is a priority for you and decide what program works best for you. You'll be able to see the different fields that are available, look at the cost, type of housing, program dates, location, career advising. The way for you to do this, sorry, I just want to go back here so that one of the links opens and I can go back to that. There you go. So when you go to, I wanted to show this one. By that, I mean review the brochures that are offered on the CEA CAPA website, as well as the mCampus brochure and each of these tabs. You'll see the how to apply process on mCampus, the academics, and learn more about the different internship seminars, internship placements, and so on. Information about finances. You'll get to see the budget sheets for each location. These are, you can click on that and see that you do not have to pay tuition. You do have to pay a GeoBlue insurance to the University of Michigan. And then there's the program fee cost plus other expenses that you need to consider before your trip. Review this budget sheet carefully per each location that you're interested in. And then also consider other things like financial aid and LSA scholarships. I'll cover this in a moment. And there's other considerations like the dates. Different locations have different dates. So these dates here show the earliest and latest date of all of the internships, but you can see that for each location, the dates vary per location. There's also need to know information about the housing and transportation. More details about the housing are to be found on the specific CEA CAPA website, so check those carefully. So that is the research stage when you're looking at this section here. Then you will be completing your mCampus application by February 1st. As I said, look at everything carefully and start preparing your CEA CAPA materials. Then between February 1st and the 5th, once CG sends the roster to CEA CAPA, you'll create your application on the CEA CAPA portal and will have to submit the application materials. It is a short timeline, so please work on those materials before February 1st, following the instructions provided on mCampus. And finally, the application will be reviewed by CEA CAPA and you'll start working on your internship placement directly with your CEA CAPA advisor. I already covered this, but for financial information, you can always go to the mCampus brochure, finances, and you'll find the budget sheets for all the different locations. You'll see a distinction also, I should have pointed out in the previous, when I was showing the mCampus brochure. There is the program fee and there is also the tuition for the 6 credit seminar. So that one will be on top of that program fee if you're doing the 6 credit seminar option. If you are eligible for financial aid, you would have to choose the 6 credit internship seminar if you're trying to use your financial aid abroad. So please be aware of this. Application for financial aid is done after you've been admitted to the program, not before. CGIS will send you the application form. However, before the CGIS deadline, you can always reach out to the Office of Financial Aid at finaid.abroad@umich.edu to get an estimate from them. So please do that as soon as possible so that you get that information before February 1st. You can also apply for the LSA scholarship. There is the LSA International Internship Scholarship. With this internship, the application is due in early February as well. So please make sure to submit it by the specific deadline. Check that out. And then please know that either the 3 credit or 6 credit option applies if you're trying to apply for the international internship. There's other scholarships available, so please check out the CGIS website to learn more about these other options. Those could be through different academic departments or units, so you may be eligible. You just need to check the eligibility and you can apply to as many as you'd like. And for other relevant information, just visit the CGIS website to learn more about the application process. So next steps will be for you to explore the CGIS internship program's website, check out the application, the brochure on mCampus, and start your application. You could also schedule an appointment with me if you have more specific questions or details you want to go over. As a reminder, the deadline is February 1st, 2025, so don't forget to submit your application before then. And yeah, that's all that I had for today. We can open now the session for some Q&A. Please feel free to let us know if you have any questions. anything you've, like if you've already started your application.
I have a question. So I started the application for like the 3-credit 8-week one, but if I wanted to get the financial aid, is there a way that I could switch it to the 6-credit one, or is that not possible? Would I have to like reapply just because I've like paid the $95 application fee to go through CA CAPA independently?
Yeah, so because on mCampus, you can indicate, there's the form where you will be indicating if you're doing the 3 or 6 credit. Just make sure to select the 6 credit. I remember in particular, you've already started the CA CAPA application. So I'll let John and Ashley answer about that technically, and for all the other students, because this could happen, but if you already see this presentation, please do not start the CA CAPA application first. We'll do it the other way around. mCampus first, then the CA CAPA application. But John and Ashley, would Jillian be able to switch the application?
You want to answer that, Ashley, or?
Yeah, so Jillian, I can definitely connect with our admissions team and follow back up with you because I'm actually not super connected to what that process looks like on their end. So I'll definitely follow up with them, let you know what that update is, and be sure to get you some answers about that. But I don't foresee that being an issue at all. So if you want to send me a private message with your email, so that way I know how to reach out to you to get you those answers, I'll try to do that by end of day today.
And then I had another question. Um, since the nomination process doesn't happen until February, does that limit at all like the placement for what internship you get? Because I was like meeting with an advisor earlier this year and they said that like there's more options available the earlier you apply, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case with CEA CAPA or if that was just like a general statement.
Yeah, so I can take this one. So that is definitely not the framework that we utilize. If depending on whatever internship industry you're interested in, that is what affects the availability of the placement, not necessarily the timing of the application. The reason for that is because we have all of our students do a mandatory global internship prep module process, and we align the deadlines with everyone at the same time. So that way you all get pushed to the next level, which is the sourcing process at the same time too. So definitely don't worry about that at all. I don't foresee any issues with that. So yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Similar to that, is it so in general for kind of the international internship applications and also for CEA CAPA, is it a rolling application at all? Is there any benefit to applying earlier?
So on our end, if you're trying to go through CGIS and do a CA CAPA internship, the deadline is February 1st. Applications will be reviewed right after February 1st. We're hoping to have everything reviewed on the 2nd or the 3rd so we can send the roster to CA CAPA, and that's when you'll create your CA CAPA application. And as I mentioned, there will be some materials you'll have to submit and that you'll have access on the CA CAPA application, like you'll have to submit the resume, statement of interest, because that's such a short timeline. It needs to be in most likely by February 5th. You'll have to work on those before, and all those instructions are provided on your mCampus application.
Right. I was saying more in terms of, I guess, is that the same with the other international internship programs, that there's no benefit to applying necessarily before February 1st, or is it different?
That is a great question. You mean for the other CGIS internships offered through different providers? Yeah, so it varies from provider to provider. In general, we're trying to do the February 1st deadline, but I think there's one internship that I do not have in my portfolio that is going to do a rolling basis. So please check the specific website for that, for each program you're interested in.
My other question was just for students don't receive need-based financial aid, but need to basically cover the cost of them going on an internship or international internship or study abroad. I guess, or should I assume that if you don't get need-based aid, then there's nothing from the U of M side in terms of LSA scholarships that would apply?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So nothing from the Office of Financial Aid or LSA scholarship would be available. However, there's other scholarships that are offered by different UM units and departments. So you may want to check that page out, and it's one of the links that it's included on this the slideshow that I just presented. You'll be getting that slideshow later this week, or you can always go to the CGIS website, and I can show you that in a second. Let me open. So, well, I could have gone directly there. You can go directly to the CGIS website. And so CGIS, undergraduate students, financial aid and scholarships, you'll see this is for financial aid students, and this is for all students, so more scholarships. And you'll see what applies and what you're eligible for. Again, there's different scholarships through LSA departments and mainly through other UM units that you can check out.
And to add to that, once you are been uploaded and have your My CEA portal, you'll have access to and have visibility to apply for CEA scholarships. We give out up to $2 million worth of scholarships every year. So you'll find a link in that your CEA portal about how to apply for the CEA CAPA scholarships. And then because of our relationship with the University of Michigan, all students going on our summer programs will automatically receive a $600 affiliation grant. Okay.
These have been great questions. Do you have any other questions? Also, have you already considered a specific location? I know, Jillian, you must have already because you started your application, but for the other two students in the call, have you considered a specific location? Are you still looking at the options?
I'm considering one of the Spain locations.
Excellent. We can
What do
wait
you
a
guys,
couple. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
like I say, what are you most excited about doing an internship abroad?
I know I'm in the School of Public Health, so I was really looking forward to going abroad, but it wasn't a possibility during any of the semesters. So I'm just looking forward to like living in a new place and like having this opportunity because I kind of thought I wouldn't be able to at all since it wasn't a possibility during like the academic year. So this just worked out really well because I'm getting like the internship experience for my resume post grad as well as like the abroad opportunity.
Yeah, for me, I really wanted the, I mean, everyone in my life has kind of said that I would love study abroad, and that's kind of opened my eyes to it. And then also just I want to use my Spanish language skills, and that's something I've always been interested in, and to do it for a longer period of time and that kind of immersion, but at the same time being immersed within kind of a company or a firm abroad. So
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's great to hear.
One question, would you be able to send the CEA CAPA specific kind of finances link? You were referencing scholarships, just so I could look into that.
Yeah, of course. I can send, well, if you have it available, you can add it to the chat, John or Ashley, but also I can add it to the email, the follow-up email that I'll send to you all. And also, Reagan said, I was considering the Spain programs, and I was curious what level of Spanish proficiency would be needed to be able to do internship work in Spanish. John, Ashley.
Yeah, so this is actually an excellent question. So one of the things that we do evaluate is your Spanish language proficiency if you are interested in going to a Spanish speaking country. Now, we do prefer that you have intermediate to higher level Spanish proficiency because we want you to be successful at your placement. And so with that being said, that's something that you're going to be evaluated on. We'll let you know how you scored, and then we can go from there in terms of a placement. Now, keep in mind that you're not expected to know Spanish in order to succeed at an internship in Spain. We can always put you with a placement where Spanish isn't a requirement, but rather something that's supplemental to your experience. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, we are looking for more of an intermediate to higher level proficiency for your Spanish.
Excellent. That is great to know. Do you guys have any other questions? No? Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, John and Ashley, for the presentation and helping me answer all these questions. Again, I will send you a follow-up email with all the both slideshows, the CEA CAPA and CG slideshow, as well as some links for you to check out. And if you need to schedule an appointment with me, you can always do that. Don't forget to start your mCompass application and submit it by February 1st.
Thank you.
Good luck to everybody. You're gonna have a summer you'll never forget. So enjoy it while you can.